So I know this topic is old, but it's just kind of what's going on with me right now. Yes, I'm sitting crisscross applesauce on the floor. Hey, Grayson. But I just wanted to talk to anybody out there or anybody that's curious about what chemo is like, because y'all know I've got breast cancer and I'm going through chemo. I have 5 more rounds to go, and I've got 3 down and 5 to go. I'm actually going tomorrow. I go every 2 weeks, and there are 2 types of chemo that I'm doing. AC chemo, which is the first 4 rounds of chemo, and it affects you mostly gastrointestinally is what the side effects are, like vomiting, diarrhea, nausea. The second 4, which is the tamoxifen, I believe is what it's called, is supposed to affect you more neurologically, and have more like on your fingers, your toes, like weird sensations and things like that. But they say that the AC, for the most part, for most people, is way worse. A lot of people's hair actually starts growing back during the second phase of chemo, the tamoxifen phase. So it's my last AC chemo tomorrow, then I'll start with the tamoxifen. But I just want to talk a little bit about it. When I first found out I had cancer, I was like, there's no way I'm gonna do chemo. That's just, when I think of chemo, I just think of death, of getting sick, losing all your hair, laying in the bed, throwing up constantly, like you see in the movies or on TV, and just dying from getting a cold, and just your immune system dying, and you just because everybody says the chemo is what kills you, but that's unless you have a really compromised immune system. And I understand it's really hard on older people, kids, and things like that, but it's crazy. My expectations were so much worse than the reality of it. Like, I haven't thrown up at all. The only bad thing that I have to say about it is that my second round of chemo, I was very sleepy. But other than being very sleepy and just feeling like this weird funky feeling, yeah, you do get this like funk, like a chemo, like funk. But like, I go back tomorrow, so it's been 13 days since my last chemo. Like I said, I go every 2 weeks. I feel like I would feel anytime, like, no lie. It is, the advances in chemotherapy have greatly improved, I think, and it's not nearly as bad as I thought. I was so adamant on like, okay, well, let me get all this stuff, everywhere I go, I'm going to wear a face mask, and I'm going to make everybody wear one when they walk into my house. I'm never going to leave the house, because I was just like prepared. Really, all you need to make sure you do is just take your nausea medicine, like take it religiously, because I'm not taking it right now because it's been almost 2 weeks since my last chemo, so I'm good. After a few days, I'm good. But yeah, just make sure right before you do chemo, take your nausea medicine religiously. Make sure you have Biotin, because you will have a really dry mouth. And don't get around, insecticides and things like that the few days after your chemo. The kind of chemo that I'm doing, it affects me like starting the very next day and for up to a week, they say, but it doesn't usually last that long. Like I said, the worst was my second one. So it has not been bad. It's very weird. Like, and I've still, I didn't even lose my hair until about 18 or 20 days after my first chemo treatment. I started losing some of my hair, my real hair, not this hair. This ain't my hair. Y'all know I don't got blonde hair. I just threw this on. It's really hot. But my daughter and I, when I told her, we're going to go ahead and shave my head. So she's 14 years old, and she and I went in there and we buzzed my hair till it was about that much, and it's actually grown. The hair that we buzzed has started growing back. I would say I still have about one 1/4 or 1/5 of my actual hair on my head that never fell out, and I still have, you know, all my hair on my body as of right now. Anyways, it may change after this next one, I don't know. But yeah, like, and I use the kind of deodorant I use doesn't have chemicals in it and things like that. So and you don't want to you can't use like heavy perfumes that have chemicals, body lotions with chemicals and things like that. You want to use like natural stuff, which you can get even at like Ulta and stuff like that. That's all natural. That smells good and everything. And I use just baby wash from head to toe, pretty much. Or, you know, natural oils like jasmine or whatnot, whatever you think smells good. And I always carry around lots of little hand sanitizer. But yeah, like I had gloves, face masks, and all this stuff, and thinking that I was going to get sick from somebody and just die or something, but it's really not that bad. So y'all, if you do have to do chemo, do not get too discouraged. The worst part out of all this cancer so far, besides just the emotional impact of freaking out when I knew that I had it, was the mastectomy, the double mastectomy. I'd have to make a whole nother video about that. It's usually not, the surgery usually shouldn't be as bad as it was for me, but I just didn't get any pain relief for so long. And plus I had tissue expanders and donated skin and all this other stuff done to me at the same time, and a bunch of lymph nodes removed, 9 lymph nodes removed. So they didn't give me pain medication for hours after my surgery until that night, and that was excruciating. And they were really rude about it. It was weird, and I felt like I was in a nightmare. So that's a whole another video. But other than that, if you find out you have cancer and you're going to have chemo, just look at it as, hey, you're going to have this done. It'll be over before you know it. And you're getting rid of any little cancer cells that you won't have to worry about anymore, because you're just killing them. Yeah, you're killing your good cells too, but you're also killing the cancer. Just look on the bright side, you know, do it for you. And there's old people up there that I'm sitting in the room with doing chemo that have been doing it forever, like many years, and they're okay. Like, they're okay with it. They're just so used to it, you know, just to keep their cancer, you know, sustained so that they can live longer. Hey, and they're still there. There's people that's been doing it for 15, 20 years. Like, I can't imagine, you know, but just me having to do it for a few months is like, ugh. But yeah, it does make you really sleepy, and that for me has been the worst of it, is just really sleepy and just like this achiness in my lower back and in the back of my neck. Other than that, I really can't complain about it. It's not been as bad as I thought it was going to be. So I just wanted to touch on that for anybody that's thinking about that's really anxious about chemo. They have come such a long way in chemotherapy. It is not even funny, and they make it as easy as possible on the patient. They send you home and with a little thing on the back of your arm. It's like a shot that releases immune boosting medicine, along with stuff that keeps you from getting an infection. It's called Neulasta, and it's like just a little square that sticks onto your arm, and it just feels like that. They give it to you at the end of your chemo session, and it releases the medicine the next day, and it's not that bad at all to me. And so for anybody out there, I really hope that your experience with this will be as good as mine has been. So yeah, and everybody just have a good day. I just wanted to tell y'all about chemo just for a minute and how it's not all that bad. So see you later. Bye.